June 2001, two Dallas DJs falsely announced Britney Spears was dead and Justin Timberlake in a coma after a fiery Los Angeles car crash. The story got the shock jocks fired, but something about that moment never sat right. Fans swear that's when both of them, Britney and Justin, changed, and some believe the replacements weren't exactly human. So what really happened that day? Yeah, what really happened that day? I don't remember that day. I didn't live in Dallas at the time, and I don't remember that news spreading like wildfire. But I'm curious, because this has been a question that's been asked, and I thought, let's dig into it. Let's just go back in time. 2001, when these shock jocks made up the claim. They were fired. I don't know. So let's see what really happened behind the scenes with these DJs and why they come out with this claim that Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake are in this fiery crash in Los Angeles. Of course, it's all alleged for entertainment purposes only. Not fact. Psychic downloads. Of course, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only, not fact, psychic downloads, snarky opinions. If you're a big fan of Britney or Justin or whoever else, this is probably not the video channel for you, because I'll probably say something that offends you and you'll have to go boo-hoo in a corner and no one will care. Anyhow, let's see what really happened behind the scenes for these two DJs to come out and say that these two big stars at the time were in this big old car crash. Why are the cards acting like this? Why? Wow, it didn't take long for my tinfoil hat to come on. There was definitely some type of loss that had happened. Now I know the story. They say that Britney Spears was fine and Justin Timberlake was on tour somewhere. And so they're like, this didn't happen. I'm starting to think that maybe something happened. Wow. Okay. What they're hiding. Queen of Wands. I think this was, we're telling you what happened, and then we're going to get fired, and it's all going to be debunked, or our story's going to be debunked, whatever. And this will just go down as, you know, one of those Orson Welles type moments in history. But what Eyes Wide Shut was doing was actually telling you what they were doing behind the scenes. We had the Five of Cups, loss. Boo-hoo. Something's replaced. But have no fears, we still have a couple back at the lab. All right. Oh my gosh, skeletons in the closet. Six of Cups. Those old favorites you still know and love, Britney and Justin, their visage is still here and there and everywhere. So don't worry, but they're not the originals. What they really wanted. Yeah, okay. There was, allegedly my opinion, there was a thing, I don't know if it's a decision, if the conclave gets together and they're like, boom, we have to get rid of them and get the clones out there. There's something here where they've decided, like, the OG Britney Justin gots to go. And then it's kind of like, well, you try it and find out, right? You do the taste test public and see if they're the same for you. Hidden forces at play. Yeah. The Eyes Wide Shut's back there in the background like, they's gots to go. Strategy. Yeah. This was a strategy. So, kind of like, what is that saying? Like, the Eyes Wide Shut group, you know, they tell you when they're going to do things. They told you. They told you what they were doing. Yeah, that was shady. So they're giving a tip off to these DJs, telling them what happened. Now, Eyes Wide Shut doesn't like tell you they don't tell you the whole story, right? They just tell you kind of the story. So it's like, well, I told you. It's not my fault you couldn't figure out the rest. So it's kind of that idea here. Because there's a story. Here's the strategy. Tell them they're in a crash. So if they seem like there's something different going on with them. You can kind of just look back in history and know that it wasn't really a crash. Something changed with them, but it wasn't a crash. It was, we kind of switched them out. Okay. So what happened to Britney and Justin? Like, obviously, it looks like they got voted off the island and the clones got brought in. Why? Let's do Britney and then Justin so we can see. Let's do Britney, Justin. Why did they get voted off of the island and the clones were brought in? Britney's becoming very difficult to handle at this point. I don't remember the history at 2001 to know what was going on. She's becoming very difficult to handle at this point. And they have contracts they need to fulfill. Yeah, we need to get her out of the way. She's becoming a big old pain in our tuchus. We have a backup at the lab. Let's get that one. She's done. Night, night. She's becoming too hard to handle. Justin. He's not performing how they want either. He's becoming a pain in the ass. I don't know what he's doing. He's an emotional wreck, a pain in the ass sort. Like tantrums and he's emotionally difficult for the handlers. He's also uncontrollable. He's making partnerships, hooking up with people, connecting with people, like business, personal, all of it, with people he should not be connecting with. And so this is really dangerous. Not good. He is uncontrolled. Got to get rid of him too. Uncontrolled, these people. These two, you cannot control them. They like created monsters. And now it's like we finally got them on the world stage, you know, at the same time to create this new storyline, these two together. But now we can't control them. We need to get out the clones. Okay, so we put the story out there and people are like, oh my gosh. And then it's like, oh no, they're okay. No worries. But they're never the same after that point in history. Okay. So, now people point to, and I will say, I have not listened to the lyrics of Mona Lisa or Break the Ice. Let me look it up real quick so I can see what in the world this is. Okay. I'm first to admit, I'm not an encyclopedia full of Britney Spears knowledge. So don't come at me, Britney Spears fans. I don't know what the significance of Break the Ice, the lyrics of that song are to this whole story, but the Mona Lisa song has some interesting lyrics, which I think might have been changed. But here's one part. It says, she's the original, she's unforgettable, she wanted you to know she's been cloned. In another version, I believe the song said she's been gone. And I think that's where that ties in here to the whole thing we're talking about today. So let's just see if there's any significance in the lyrics of the Mona Lisa song related to the story of the car crash. And then it looks like that Justin and Britney were cloned and brought out. The clones were brought out. Allegedly, in my opinion. So, was there significance in the Mona Lisa song? Yeah, but this might make Britney Spears fans mad. Don't come at me. She's not, I know that it says it's written by her. No. Somebody else writes these songs. And I don't know, maybe this is because she's a clone at this point and she's not writing songs. I don't know. She's not writing. Somebody is writing this for Britney Spears that's 2009. About her. For her. But it is related back to the story of what happened in 2001 with the crash. And what the Eyes Wide Shut were doing. Yeah, she's the original. She's unforgettable. She wanted you to know she's been cloned. It's kind of incredible. She's so unpredictable. She wanted you to know she's been cloned. She's been cloned. She's been cloned. She was taken under, drowning in her seat, running like an angel. She was crying but could not see. Now see everyone's watching as she starts to fall. They want her to break down and be a legend of the fall. Now, no, of course, song lyrics. People are going to be like, well, look at what happened to her and da-da-da. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You could take this that like, no, that's Britney and she's still here and she's still writing about the way that everything went downhill. And I don't remember what point in time of the Britney Spears lore, the shaving of the head and whatnot happens, which that could play into the lyrics and whatnot. Either way, this is my opinion, not her writing these lyrics. Somebody writing these lyrics here for the character of the Britney Spears that's out there being on the loose, who's not doing well either. Yeah. It's kind of like, it feels really like a sick little trick, right? For fans, it'd be like, oh my gosh, I love Britney Spears. Oh my gosh, I'm so concerned about her. But then it's like, in my opinion, that's the concern is like for her essence, maybe, because there's a clone on the loose. That's not her. All this time I've been thinking that was her, but I don't think that's her. Intriguing. Why is this rumor like never gone away? Because like I said, people like point to voice changes, different songs and lyrics and other thingies. So the rumor's still out here and people still buy it. And I know there's people who don't. Either way, really, I don't care because at the end of the day, I'm going to go on with my life. I'm not that into it, that deep. Britney Spears doesn't know who I am, the clone or the original, and she doesn't know who you are either. So let's not make this into a thing. But like, why is this hoax rumor event from June 2001 keep resurfacing? Why does it keep resurfacing? I assume because they just don't seem right. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that it looked like Britney Spears was auditioning for a role as a head chef at Benihana with her knives. So I'm just saying. Because, why does this keep resurfacing? Because people are sensing there's something off about this, one of the versions of her. I don't even know that one that came out after the hoax is the same one. I think we're on another version. I think it's almost like they defrost them. Okay, so the story keeps coming up because it's important. It's relevant to Eyes Wide Shut and them saying, like, we told you she's gone. And then there's the, no, it was just a hoax. No, so nobody knows what's real in the world. Real, fake, don't know. Fake news, real news, don't know. Because it's all just a matrix of bullshit. Either way, we're on, I don't know what version, but this story keeps surfacing because nobody can believe their lying eyes, right? There's just something about it that just isn't right. Man, it's weird. It is just weird. It's almost like at this point you're dealing with like a legacy Britney Spears version. My opinion. You don't like it, you're a fan, go somewhere else. But it feels like there's a legacy Britney Spears version here. Kind of like you could put up like the hologram of a passed away singer or something at the Super Bowl kind of thing. It's like she's a hologram. That I'm not getting like that's the OG one. And nor with the Timberlake dude. Now the last story I remember about Timberlake, remember I do not follow these people that close, but he was driving somewhere, I don't know, wherever the rich people hang out. Remember he was DUI-ing somewhere over where he shouldn't be driving himself, and he got arrested by someone who didn't really know who he was, and he made that like quip about like, how's this going to affect the world tour? Anyhow, Let's see how his, let's check in with his clone's energy. I'm curious. What's his clone's energy like? I don't know if he's up to something new. Don't really care. But let's see. I'm pretty happy with this clone's energy. He's doing pretty good. They could send him out on tour if he's not already. He's a good little workhorse. They are very proud of him. They are very proud of him. This one they've got trained very well. Don't really need to worry about him going crazy. Okay, let's see how they're feeling about the Britney Spears clone, whichever version this is. Because she seems to be on and off the rails. Back and forth, back and forth. So this clone, how are the eyes wide shut powers that be feeling about this version? Clone version 12, 14, 24, who knows? Oh, they're looking to make money with her again soon. I see, I see. They're looking to make money with her again. Stick her on a stage. Put her back into like Vegas or something on a stage making money. Yeah. Gosh, is Daddy still in the picture? It looks like this is what I'm getting. They are looking to put her back on the stage. They're happy with her. They think they got a good workhorse here, that they've got her trapped enough to get her back out there and make some money for them. So, and it feels like Daddy's right there, a part of this, charging forward on this idea. And this could be whoever else is on Daddy's team. But looks like we're about ready to get Britney back out there on the stage. My goodness. I mean, shit. They got Janet Jackson on the stage, and that's... I'm not even going to say. Anyway, that's what I've got for you. Come join me in the Moon Moth Manor. And until next time, adios.